Hello, I am Madam Gracious Kanzieni from Educare, Tanzania. I am a chemistry teacher. My students, welcome in our Educare media. We have the different discussion on the different questions. So today we are going to have the Form 2 revision question, and our concern today for our revision is the topic known as chemical bonding, formula, and the nomenclature. This is the last topic in this level. So in our media Educare, you will meet with all revision of the first topic up to the last topic. So my students, warmly welcome. Stay tuned in our Educare media so as you can enhance your understanding in your academic. Okay, so my students, today we are going to discuss the only one question, but the question, it has two parts. We are required to make a difference between two scenarios. So we're gonna to be brief because always this question, most of them yanakuwa yanaulizwa kwenye sehemu ya section C, ambapo mwanafunzi anatakiwa ajieleze, aeleze pointi na maelezo ya kutosha ili aweze kupata marks zake 15 zote. Okay. My students, first of all, we are going to discuss the question in general. After there, we are going in the answer part. So let us see what question need. Question states that in 6 points, differentiate between covalent and ionic or electrovalent bond. In 6 points, most of the questions tend to direct you, tend to guide you. So this question, it limits you to explain or to give the 6 points. But some students, you can see you have the many points more than 6. But because of the question, you will provide the 6 points. Therefore, we are required to differentiate kati ya covalent bond and ionic or electrovalent bond. So this is our question, my student. Now we are going to discuss those points. So in each point, we have to give the explanation in both sides. So one point we have to explain in terms of covalent bond what's happening, but also in terms of ionic or electrovalent bond what's happening, the same point. Okay, my students, now warmly welcome to start our answers. So here is the question number 1, differences between covalent bond and ionic or electrovalent bond. We are going to start with the first point, which is nature of bonding. Nature of bonding. Tunajua kwamba most of the compound, they tend to be formed by or under the condition known as bonding. So let's see the nature of bonding in terms of covalent bond and ionic or electrovalent bond. So nature of bonding, tunaanza na covalent bonds. These bonds are formed when 2 atoms share 1 or more pairs of electron. So nature of bonding is sharing. Kwa hiyo utaona kwamba kwenye electrovalent bond, nature of bonding is through sharing of electron. The element or the atom share 1 or more pairs of electrons. So through sharing, this is how the covalent bonds can be formed. But also, this sharing allows each atom to attain the electronic configuration of a noble gases. Kwamba ile sharing of electron ina ensure that each atom imeattain ile atomic stability. Na ita-attain or itafikia ile atomic stability once it meets the criteria or the condition of noble gases. Tunajua kwamba always noble gases ni zile gesi ambazo zipo stable. They are stable, they are reactive one. So each element or atom, it will gain or lose electron so as to attain the stability of an atom. So leading to stability. Kwamba hii sharing of electron between each atom itapelekea hii itapelekea atom ku attain electronic configuration which for noble gas ambayo ita ensure that the atom maintain stability. So covalent bonding typically occur between nanometals. Kwamba when we talk about covalent bonding, these are the bond or combination of the different elements or atoms which both of them are nanometals. So nanometals, we know that are those elements which is negatively charged. So they tend to share their electron. They tend to share each other their electron. You can see that every atom or element need maybe 1 electron to maintain stability or 2 electrons to attain stability, whatever, so that they share their electron to each other so as to maintain its stability. Okay, that is all about covalent bond. Remember, we are talking the point of nature of bonding. So tumeona kwamba nature of bonding in covalent is made up of sharing of electron, only that. So it involves formation or combination or combining of elements or substances by sharing. Mfano mzuri, unaweza ukachukua chlorine gases, those diatomic elements, or hydrogen gas. So you can see that the hydrogen and the hydrogen zina share electron. Hydrogen yana 1 electron na hydrogen mwingine 1 electron. Ili tupate, kwa sababu ni diatomic, mean that it attain ile stability, ita share its electron. The same apply to chlorine. Chlorine gas, kwamba 1 chlorine anakuwa na miss 1 electron ili attain stability, na chlorine mwingine ana miss 1 electron ili attain ile noble gas characteristic. Therefore they tend to share those missing electrons. So once one of each atom share, mean that obviously it attain ile stability of an atom. Ndio tunakuja kupata chlorine gas au hizo diatomic elements whatever. So unaona pale chlorine ni nanometal, lakini chlorine mwingine tena atakuwa ni nanometal. So unaona combination of 2 nanometals tunaenda kupata bond formation ya chlorine gas. Okay, now let us talk about ionic bond or electrovalent bond. So in contrast, ionic bond are formed through the transfer of electron from one atom to another. Tunapoongelea nature of bonding katika ionic or electrovalent bond, we are looking it in terms of transferring electron. So you can say that electrons are transferred from one atom to another atom. So hii itakuwa ni tofauti, mean that tutakuwa tunahusisha metal and non-metal. Tutakuwa na positively charged ion and negatively charged ion, in order to ensure that there is a transferring. Electrons, they tend to be they transfer from one atom to another atom, so resulting in the formation of ions. So the way electron tend to transfer from one atom to another atom inapelekea formation of ions. That's why tunakuja kupata ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Okay, one atom loses electron becoming a positively charged ambayo ni cation. Kwamba one atom tend to lose. Always we know metal are the one which tend to lose electron. So once they lose electron, simply they become positively charged ambayo inajulikana kama cation. Okay, while the other gain electron becoming a negative charged ion, negative charge ambayo ni anion. Na hizi always ambazo zina gain ni those nanometals. Kwa hiyo utakuja kuona kwamba we have cation and anion. Cation is formed after the element lose electron and become positively charged, lakini anion inakuwa formed endapo nanometal imegain electron and become negative charged. Okay, these types of bonding usually occur between metals and non-metal, kama nilivyosema mwanzoni. Kwa hiyo that is all about nature of bonding in this between the covalent and covalent and electrovalent bond. So you see the differences. Na hapo utakuwa umerelay au umecomply, umekuwa sawa na swali lako lilivyoulizwa, kwamba swali umeambiwa differentiate, lazima unatakiwa uonyeshe utofauti uliopo kati ya covalent and electrovalent au ionic bond. So katika pointi hiyo moja, the nature of bonding, tumeona utofauti uliopo. Simply kwenye covalent tumeona kwamba kuna sharing of electron, ndio nature of bonding, lakini katika electrovalent au ionic bond tumeona kuna transferring. The electron tend to be transferred from one atom to another atom. Only that. Okay. Another point is electronegativity differences. Electronegativity differences mean that we are required to talk about electronegativity of covalent bond, element or compound, but also we are required to talk about electronegativity differences of ionic or electrovalent bond compounds. Okay, as usual, we start with the covalent bonds. The differences in electronegativity between the bonded atom is generally small, typically less than 1.7. So in a covalent bond, the electronegativity of the compound or between the bonded atom, mean that zile nanometers, 2 nanometers, it is typically low. That is the electronegativity of covalent. Na hapa always, it is approximated that typically less than 1.7. Okay, these small differences allow for effective sharing of electrons. So the way they have the lower electronegativity, it influences that sharing of electron between nanometers. So electronegativity of covalent compounds always is lower, and its low electronegativity ensure that ile sharing of electrons between atom inakuwa more effective. Okay, ionic bonds. Remember we are talking about electronegativity. So tumeona kuhusiana na electronegativity ya covalent compound. Okay, now let us see electronegativity of electrovalent or ionic compound. Simply, a significant differences in electronegativity greater than 1.7 characterizes ionic bonds. Kwamba tunaona ya covalent, tunaona kwamba electronegativity ya ionic bonds or electrovalent compound ni greater than 1.7. The more electronegative atom attracts the electron away from the less electronegative atom, leading to ion formation. Kwamba ile ambayo inakuwa na the electronegative kubwa, it tend to attract electron away from that one with less electronegativity. That's why hapa tunakuwa tunahusisha metals and non-metal. So simply between two elements, mojawapo itakuwa ni more electronegative, lakini nyingine itakuwa ni less electronegative, ambapo ile more ndo itaensure kunakuwa na stronger attractive. Na kumbuka hapa kwenye ionic bond tuna involve transferring of electron. Kwa hiyo lazima mmoja awe ni more electronegativity. Okay, another point is in terms of physical state and at room temperature. Physical state, kwamba how the covalent compound zinavyokuwa in terms of physical state at room temperature. The same apply how the ionic or electrovalent compound zinakuwa in terms of physical state at room temperature. Let us start with the covalent compounds. Many covalent compounds exist as gases or liquid at room temperature. kwamba most of them covalent compounds zina exist as a liquid, pia kama gases katika room temperature. Although some can be solid, ingawa baadhi yake zinaweza zikawa ni solid at room temperature. Mfano mzuri, it is sugar. That is a covalent compound. Their physical state often depends on the molecular size and intermolecular forces. Kwamba physical state ya his covalent compound mostly hizi ambazo tunaweza tukasema zinaweza zikawa ni solid in nature. Physical state yake inaweza ikawa ni nature at room temperature. It depend with these two factor, molecular size but also ile intermolecular forces between that compound or that element. Kwa hiyo mfano mzuri ni sugar. Lakini most of the covalent compound huwa zina exist in form of gases or liquid. Okay, that is in term of covalent. Now let us see in term of ionic compound or electrovalent compound. Simply, ionic compounds typically form crystalline salts at room temperature due to strong electrostatic force between ions, which create its rigid lattice structure. Kwamba hizi hapa always at room temperature zina exist as a solid, zinakuwa solid in nature, na hii ni kwa sababu ya factor of strong electrostatic force between ions ambayo inapelekea ile rigid lattice structure. Ile structure ya ile compound inakuwa in solid form or rigid form, inakuwa ni difficult to change, inakuwa ni I can say constant. So ile structure inakuwa ni ngumu. That is how these ionic compounds physical state yake inavyokuwa, kwamba always at room temperature zinakuwa in crystals. Haiwe kwenye gas wala haiwe kwenye liquid. Hii always inakuwa in form of crystalline salts at room temperature, na hii ni kwa sababu ya ile strong electrostatic force kati ya zile ions. So unaona tofauti uliopo kwenye electrovalent or ionic compound. Tunaona kwamba only these compounds zina exist in form of crystalline salts nature, but unapokuja kwa covalent compound you can see that they can exist as a gaseous at the same time as a liquid, but somehow at a certain condition kuna kuwepo na some solid character. Mfano mzuri ni sugar, tumeona, na hiyo ina depend na factors, molecular size lakini pia na intermolecular forces, ndio inapelekea some of the covalent compounds zinakuwa na hiyo nature ya solid, lakini most of them they exist in liquid or gaseous. So that's the difference. Okay, another point or the fourth point, remember tunatakiwa tuzungumzie pointi 6. Tumeshazungumzia pointi 3, sasa hii ni pointi ya 4. Pointi ya 4 ni melting and boiling points. Melting and boiling point. So we have to talk about melting and boiling point in terms of covalent compound, but at the same time we have to talk about melting and the boiling point of the ionic compound. Simply, let us start with the covalent bonds or covalent compound. General covalent compounds have lower melting and boiling points compared to ionic compound. Sasa always covalent compound huwa zinakuwa na low boiling and melting point ukicompare na zile ionic or electrovalent compounds. Hii ni kwa sababu gani? Simply because the intermolecular force like van der Waals forces are weaker than ionic interaction. Kwamba ile force ambayo mfano imekuwa referred this van der Waals forces, now in your level utaelewa kwamba ni intermolecular force, lakini utakapokuwa unaenda kwenye level nyingine utakuwa unasoma zaidi what is van der Waals forces, utakuwa unasoma in detail and so forth, lakini for now we just integrate from simple to complex. Kwa hiyo sasa hivi unasoma tu hivyo unaelewa, lakini utakapofika kwenye level nyingine tunaenda kwenye complicity. Tunatoka kwenye simple tunaenda kwenye complicity. Utasoma zaidi kuhusiana na hizi van der Waals forces. Kwa hiyo inakuwa ni hii forces inakuwa ni weaker than ionic interaction. If it is weaker than ionic interaction, simply inapelekea ile melting na boiling point of this covalent compound to be lower. Okay. Now, in ionic bonds exhibit high melting and boiling point due to strong electrostatic attraction between oppositely charged ion that require substantial energy to break. Kumbuka tunavyoongelea ionic tunaongelea metals and non-metal. Kwa hiyo kunakuwa na oppositive charged ions, kunakuwa na positive na negative kati ya iron and iron. Kwa hiyo unakuja kuona kwamba melting point yake na boiling point yake ni kubwa sana kwa sababu ya ile force of electrostatic. Okay. Another point is solubility in water. Solubility in water. How do this covalent compound behave in water? Are they soluble or not? Or insoluble? The same apply in the electrovalent or ionic compound. Simply, let us start with covalent compounds. The solubility of covalent compound in water varies widely. Many are not soluble due to their nonpolar nature. Kwamba most of them ni not soluble kwa sababu ya hii nonpolar nature. While other may dissolve if they can form hydrogen bond with water molecule. Mfano mzuri ni sugar. Kwamba some of them zinaweza zikabondi, zinaweza zikawa soluble au zikadissolve endapo kutakuwa na hiyo hydrogen bond. Endapo zitaform hydrogen bond with water molecule. Mfano ni sugar. Always ukichukua sugar ukiweka kwenye maji ina dissolve. Lakini otherwise most of them are not soluble kulingana na ile nonpolar nature. Tunajua kwamba polar nature inakuwa inaongelea like dissolve like. So depending on this nonpolar nature inapelekea most of the covalent compound kuwa insoluble in water. Okay, how about ionic compounds? Most ionic compounds are soluble in water because water molecule can stabilize the separated ions through hydration, allowing them to dissociate effectively. So in ionic or electrovalent bond, the compounds are soluble in water. Okay, the last point is electrical conductivity. Tunaenda kuangalia electrical conductivity in terms of covalent and ionic. Kwamba covalent zina support electricity production or heat production or not. The same apply to ionic. Je, zina support conductivity or not? Okay, covalent compound general are poor conductor of electricity in any state because they do not have free moving charged particles. Kwamba hizi hazisupport conductivity. Na hii ni kwa sababu of poor free moving charged particle. They do not dissociate into ion when dissolve in water. Lakini tunapokuja kwenye ionic, simply huku kunakuwa na free moving of ions. Tunakuwa na positive charged ion and negative charged ion. They tend to move freely. So movement of that ions, it tend to produce to support the conductivity or the electricity and the heat production. So that is how, my student, you can explain the difference between covalent and the ionic or electrovalent bond. So I hope nimejaribu kuwa very brief, and I hope you will apply this knowledge in your examination and you will do the best more. Thank you so much. After saying so, I would like to say this marks the end of our discussion today. Keep watching our Educare Media. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Bye bye. Have a nice moment.